Being a consultant, we are very good in making PowerPoint presentations. Today I just thought, let me avoid. And for a change, it's a difficult task for me because without PPT behind and a sheet in the hand, it's difficult to speak. But having said that, I just thought, lots of questions which I heard in last 10 minutes or so, all of them related to some form regulatory concerns, in some form, how does it in cyberspace it works all put together. If I really look at it, it's my theory is that the global trade across the globalization of the humanity have had 3 or 4 waves from my perspective. The first wave is when we all learn to be mobile, automotive. Till automotive, it's all within the group and the people have moved around and there's no regulations that were. Probably each one drove themselves and so on and so forth, walked up or had a bullock carts and drove, etc. When the automotive came up, there's nobody attempted to say that it's externalized the problems. Every ecosystem participants have created something or other contributed. Somebody made a brake, somebody said that there will be a regulation to give a driving license, somebody said that there will be a traffic lights and we all need to follow. So the entire ecosystem which is more or less safer that has got created, maybe evolved over a period of time as the traffic got increased. So that has led to move from cities to cities. Then came in is probably, in a bigger sense, sailing was there earlier as well for 5,000, 6,000 years. But when the automotive fitted sailing started, we moved from one location to other geographical location. Again, same setup. There are regulations. There are clearly who has to do what and so on and so forth. That has brought humanity a little closer. Maybe occupations as well. But then came into the aviation. It's very interesting. When the aviation came in, immediately all these people have come together and formed again a code, again regulations. You ask a question about in aviation, if you lost a baggage, who's responsible? Clearly laid, Geneva Code, IATA, rules and regulations. So what it led to is the safety and security has become part of the operations of aviation. So everything has become integrated. Probably that has given safer environment, lesser disputes, and no aviation airlines company or a airport or anybody has a complaint to say that my passenger lost money. So who's liable? Am I supposed to pay? Who's supposed to pay? Do they really lose baggages as much? There may be some instances, but do they lose? But all this happened. But an internet era has started. The speed at which it has happened, today we have none of those. There is no intergovernmental regulations. There is no code of ethics. There is no education. There are no gears made which actually prevent from accidents happening. Or, for example, in aviation you have various other things, or in a car you have brakes and you have a failure airbags and so on and so forth. None of them exist. Here the individual users are allowed to proliferate the way they wanted to. So it's a power at the end of the users, but at the same time, it's also has brought in the issues around how do we govern all of these incidences, because the incidences are happening much, much more than what we envisage. This is a fourth, in my perspective, it's a fourth way of human globalization where we are able to get in touch with the individuals within a few seconds, transact, do businesses, etc. But the thought process that has gone through in the previous 3 generations of human collaboration across countries, across communities, have not happened here. And all the collaboration that has happened through RFCs and others is all about communication, making things to happen, not making things to happen in a safer manner. That is what, in a way, led to the whole issues that has come up here. I think today, if I really look at it from the panelist perspective, the way I see it as, is that the prevention is better than cure. As much as possible, it's important that we minimize the incidents that occur. Can technology enable that? Probably one of our colleagues from IBM is going to come and talk about it. Incidentally, he is also selling trustees in India. So that's a very good product from that perspective, looking at prevention, making to analyze and what could happen, etc. And then we have few bankers who also going to come and tell us about what do they really feel about and how the India really works. And I mean, in a way, we can keep talking about saying that the prosecutors and all of them aren't as good as to respond. They are also part of the community. The way you and me are struggling, they are also struggling. So it is our duty in some form to go back and educate, work with them, create awareness in them. It is not their intention not to file an FIR. But it is their inability to say that how do I file an FIR? It is not their intention not to investigate, but they have an inability to investigate the tools and techniques that's available for them to investigate and so on and so forth. So this continues, that the whole ecosystem that works on the computer internet era. So hopefully in this session, the participant that we have is some technology people and also banker and insurance companies coming out on the floor to talk about it. And finally, if you don't get any other protection, insurance is the last protection, of course, managing risk. So we have an insurance guy also on the panel to talk about it. Let's see how we go through. And certainly in this whole day we can't resolve the problem, but some of the ideas that you guys have put it across, why do we need a forum outside? Why can't we, this team who's in this room, can create a community of your own to talk to in a limited manner? That's possible. So if the enthusiasm creates, the movement starts, everybody will follow. And regulators also watch. They also learn from us in some form. It is not that they have learned earlier and in the morning they have an idea what to do. It's all created from this community and this society and comes back to us. So my suggestion is, why don't you all of you sit together and create a club and group and start thinking about what can be communicated and what can be shared, how do we help each other in that learning process.